Well, not impressed. You know, the idea that these strikes are somehow deterring Iran or its proxies from conducting attacks against U.S. bases or against international shipping, it hasn't happened yet. And I don't think that the Iranians are deterred, especially when it's clear to them that we are not going to attack a target inside Iran, or we're very unlikely to. And, you know, when I hear the Pentagon say, or the White House say, these strikes, that's just the beginning, what we never hear is, what is the end? What is the objective? What is the purpose, the strategic end state that we're trying to achieve? And I don't think we've articulated that yet.
Well, General Hodges, what should the strategy be? What is the end game without ensuring there is a broader conflict that escalates from here?
Well, I think that making sure that this does not escalate should not necessarily be the most important objective. I mean, if that's the most important thing, no escalation, then you walk away from it. Instead, I think our strategy for this region has got to be focused on the isolation of Iran, that Iran, number one, obviously can never develop a nuclear weapon. Number two, that it is either unable to continue to provide resources and guidance to the various proxies, or that it knows that we all expect Iran to get the proxies under control. Now, I'm not naive. Of course, they don't have 100% control over the Houthis or Hezbollah or Hamas or the others that are out there. But clearly, the Houthis would not be able to do what they're doing without the support and the resources coming from Iran. So that's got to be stopped. But the third element, if you will, of a strategy would be to separate Iran from Russia. Iran is Russia's most important ally. I mean, Iran continues to provide sophisticated drones to Russia. I think that we have got to sever that relationship economically, diplomatically, as well as physically.
General Hodges, many questions for you, sir, but I'll be able to ask just a few. What do we think the Iranians want as they're guiding this action from some of their proxies?
I think, number one, they want to demonstrate that they are the power in the Middle East, that they're able to control everything from Syria down to Yemen. They, of course, have no interest in seeing Saudi Arabia become their peer or the dominant power, which is why I think the attack by Hamas on Israel last October was in part intended to derail the movement towards the Abraham Accords, with Saudi Arabia and Israel becoming a legitimate, normalized relationship. And I think Iran is also doing the bidding, at least indirectly, of the Kremlin. The Kremlin has benefited from this more than anybody because of the distraction of American political interest as well as actual resources away from Ukraine. And so I think these are all parts of what Iran is trying to do.